Well, and I think you also saw from last year's parallels of how West Lynn and Tualatin have this amazing game early on, and it sets up both of those teams to be really impactful, hard teams to beat throughout the rest of the state season. I see this bracket. Cream's going to rise to the top. Ball doesn't lie. Whatever you want to say, permutation of how whoever comes out of these four, someone's going to have 2 wins out of it, and it's going to be amazing to watch them. Most likely, then play with a certain kind of oomph for the rest of the season, and could be a really interesting, like you said, barometer of those two different sizes of state brackets facing off. I just like, for as much as you talk about the national teams and Carlos Boozer's kids coming in, it's also like we're saying, these are amazing local teams. It's absolutely must watch talent, so that if if it's somehow cheaper or easier to get there on the 26th instead of the 27th, go the 26th. Let's move down one bracket. Perry versus Jesuit is one of the games. Perry is coming from out of state. The Perry Pumas are the AIA Open Division state champions. For those of you that do not speak super inside high school basketball, that means they're the best high school basketball team in Arizona. So I apologize if any of you even got that reference. You watch too much high school basketball. So shame on you for knowing that. Going down, we got Mount Spokane and West Lynn. West Lynn, we've talked about them a bunch already. They had one of the craziest games in high school basketball history last season. Mount Spokane is a state finalist from the state of Washington. What do you see between Perry Jesuit and Mount Spokane West Lynn?
Well, again, so like you said, having that open champion from Arizona who features a very another, in my opinion, future lottery pick in the NBA, Koa Pete, who actually is just named USA Basketball's Player of the Year.
He's one of these.
Yeah, I saw that. I think he's over to the right somewhere, but Player of the Year. I mean, that's not a something that's just handed to anybody. He is 6'8". I mean, he looks NBA ready right now. Very athletic, and a great kid. Obviously, we deal with USA Basketball at the Nike Hoop Summit that we put on, and so we've known about him for a while. So when their coach asked if be an opportunity to play, absolutely, because we want to expose kids like this who play the right way, they're coached the right way. They'll be exciting team to watch. And they go against Jesuit. Obviously, Jesuit, everybody around Oregon knows how good they are. In my opinion, Coach Potter is probably the best coach in the state for a long time. He gets the most out of his players. They're going to play hard. They're going to be well coached. They're going to run their stuff. And I think they're going to give Perry a good run for their money. It'll be interesting to see, who comes out of that. You follow that up with Mount Spokane. We had a tournament called the 8. Mount Spokane actually won it with Coach Wagenblast, and he's been asking for a couple of years to come back. And they have a great player. He's another Division I kid, 2-guard, very good against obviously West Lynn. And West Lynn, honestly, it could be the biggest question mark in this tournament because obviously losing a kid like Jackson Shellstad. All the football kids they had on there that were great role players, but they returned a couple good shooters. But Coach Key's going to have them playing. West Lynn obviously puts out the athletes, so this is going to be a fun matchup as well.
I mean, fun matchup somehow feels both accurate and underwhelming in all of these games. You guys, I know that you are picked as tournament director for a reason. You didn't accidentally fall into this job. You're doing a great job of directing this tournament in the right direction because all these games are amazing. Let's talk about the last permutation of these games. And again, the ones that are on the 26th are the first slate of games, first day of games. 27th is second slate of games. We're talking about them in somewhat of a you can all read. You look at where the day and the time, you can find the right place. But for more information, you can visit highschool.si.com. We have a bunch of articles breaking down the field and reacting to everything. But these last four are Southridge and Summit. That's game one. Then Liberty versus Harvard Westlake out of California, one of the state champions there. What do you got?
So, Southridge and Summit is going to be very interesting. Summit right now, I believe, is ranked number 1 5A. They have a Division I kid. But to me, Southridge, when you talked about the dark horse with Wallaton, to me, Southridge is that one to watch here. They returned every starter from last year that tied for the Metro League championship, made the playoffs, probably have the best backcourt in the state, and they're going to surprise some people. So watch out for them to make a run with it. Liberty, obviously, being at Liberty got them in, but they have a fantastic player. He'll be probably the conference player of the year, averaged over 20 points, returner. And then again, now you got Harvard Westlake, another top 10 national powerhouse team. They returned 4 out of their 5 starters, including a very good kid that's already committed to USC. And again, they won the California Open State Championship. So that's just another state champion in this bracket. And again, we're not talking about small states. We're talking about Florida. We're talking about Arizona. We're talking about California, with all the type of teams and players that are in there. These are the champions.
All right, so games will be going from the 26th to the 30th. So you have a nice little window to come check out all of this. There is too many permutations of all of these games to cover all of the potential possibilities, but you heard it. You heard a dark horse candidate. You heard an outright favorite candidate. That is a great, concise, and perfect bracket little teaser to get you guys started. Before we close out, I want to say, hey, check this out. This is an amazing documentary that we produced last year that you're going to see again. Tournament director John McCallum featured in it. So John, really I guess it's good that the actors strike is over, because we are using your life. We are aggressively relying upon you to carry this episode of the Scorebook Live podcast installment. But check this out, everybody. Then I promise you will come back to one final little treat. We'll talk to you guys in just a second.
Have the ability to compare this one to tournaments of years past, and now that you've had some separation from it, how has that kind of deliberation process been in your head, or just reflection in general?
Yeah, no, it's definitely, if I had to be honest, I'd say it was number one. Something special needed to happen, and we felt like we brought the right teams and talent to make it happen. This was the place to be. This is what everybody wanted to see. What happened was so surprising and shocking, and it made lifetime memories for multiple people, not just on the court, but people in the stands.
The Les Schwab Invitational has grown into one of the country's biggest high school basketball tournaments since its start in 1995. However, due to the coronavirus pandemic, LSI hadn't been able to uphold that standard since 2019.
It started with COVID, and having to cancel the very first time we ever had. Before then, we only had one game ever canceled, and it was because of snow, and Jefferson got stuck coming from their school out on 26 because they shut 26 down with a bunch of accidents.
COVID wouldn't stop LSI in 2022, but a nationwide airline dilemma would leave McCallum scrambling to figure out if teams would even be able to show up.
What's the latest?
So we've lost a team due to the pilot issues that's happening across the U.S. So Brophy Prep got canceled, and now we're looking to replace them because the next flight they can get out on, it doesn't happen until Thursday. So we have to find a team that has 4 games, can play. I know a couple other tournaments got canceled because of the same issue. So we're talking with those teams right now to come and try to replace them at the last second.
57 emails in a matter of 15 minutes. It's everything. Coach Rice, Bishop Gorning. Landed, we made it.
Delayed how many times?
Twice. That's why I told Coach Rice, it's good to know that you're multi-talented and can fly planes now too. You start laughing.
Brophy Prep was the only national powerhouse that couldn't make the trip. With Bishop Gorman confirming their arrival, they joined the Sierra Canyon team led by LeBron James' son, Bronny James, and the number 1 team in the country, Duncanville, to take over Oregon.
I just want to see Bronny, know. Yeah, I want to see Duncanville too. They look pretty good.
It's the first day on a Monday, and you can see the ticket line. So that's always a good sign. And you've got a good local matchup, so it's exciting to see people, rolling in right now. We haven't even hit the big time stuff yet. So that just tells you what it's going to be like all week. Just heard the anthem and we're ready to go. So it's a start.
I thought it was a great game by Duncanville, and this is what you want the number 1 team to look like.
All eyes were on the nation's best to take home the title, but Oregon couldn't be counted out yet. Nationally ranked point guard Jackson Shellstad and the Wesleyan Lions would appear to be the only home team that could compete with the visiting contenders.
Obviously, when we started, our whole goal was to really get kids on the map nationally. There's been a lot of good players that have come through the state that probably didn't have the same exposure if you were, as a kid that grew up playing in LA, New York, Chicago, Houston, Florida, the hotbeds of basketball across the nation, even the Midwest.
Of course, this is pretty cool for Oregon. It's been a while since we've had this type of, turnout.
Right when you walk in the gym, you just see all those people. It's like crazy feeling. Like it's a great feeling because they're all looking at you walking in. And it's just the atmosphere was great, and it's great to play against a team like that where watch so much and all that. You know what I mean?
It's great to see him. He's not the only one there. So good. And talented and physically gifted. But this is it's a circus. And so you I feel sort of like, dang, I feel like, are they enjoying themselves? Right. And they look like they're enjoying themselves tonight. So who am I to say?
It's everybody. Oh my goodness! Bronny James with a right-handed tomahawk.
With Sierra Canyon and Wesleyan winning their quarterfinal games, the stage was set for a semifinal battle between the crowd favorite and the hometown kid.
Now Jackson Shellstad has a chance to prove why he's in the top 50 of the class of 2023.
Isaiah Elohim gets an easy lay-in, and now it's an 8-point lead.
What started out as an even matchup quickly became a lopsided outing following legendary performances by Shellstad and teammate Adrian Mosley.
Go against Adrian Mosley, who's 6'2", but he's going to the Valley of the Giants, and he's playing hard ball, man. I like him.
Jackson Shellstad has been amazing. Adrian Mosley has been equally as amazing. And this team is on the brink of one of the biggest upsets in the Les Schwab Invitational's history.
86-69. The Lions of Wesleyan beat the 20th ranked team in the country, Sierra Canyon Trailblazers, in the semifinals of the Les Schwab Invitational.
Right now, fellas, somebody asked me, is this better than winning the state championship? I said, damn, it feels equal. But I want to tell you guys, man, I'm super proud of you, but we're not done yet.
In 26 years, that was probably the loudest crowd I ever heard against Whitney Young, last second shot. I thought that was a huge upset. This one probably was even bigger. Everybody that was in this crowd right now, they're going to remember this for the rest of their life. I don't care if you're a Wesleyan fan, you're from Portland, if you're from San Diego, doesn't matter. I remember when, Wesleyan beat Sierra Canyon, the national powerhouse, all the superstars on that team, and the crowd coming behind it, you never forget it.
After taking down star-studded Sierra Canyon, the Lions would find themselves in a David vs. Goliath tale against number 1 Duncanville for the LSI title.
And we are set for the Les Schwab Invitational presented by Express Employment Professionals Championship Game. The number 1 team in Oregon, the Wesleyan Lions. The number 1 team in the country, the Duncanville Panthers out of Texas, are getting ready to tip things off. Hollis finds a way to poke it out to the far corner where Caden Edwards knocks down 3.
Look at Gable with the nice finish, the nice reverse. this is absolutely a West Lynn crowd right now.
You think?
There's no love for Duncanville in the building.
Shellstad got off to a slow start against the Panthers, but when the Lions star finally got going, he showed he was the king of the jungle.
Kick out far corner three, Jackson Shellstad, good! He's so good.
Action Jackson is what they call him.
With the help of his Lion pride roaring behind him, Shellstad's 30 points wouldn't just etch West Lynn's name in LSI history, but also create an unforgettable memory for all of Oregon.
Bound drop pass to Mosley. Ron Holland tried to double team and he left Mosley, and that was a bad idea because Mosley gets the open look.
And right now, Duncanville is falling apart at the seams. They've got to take a time out and discuss things.
This game is over. They call off the dogs. And that's it. We got 10 seconds to go and this place is ready to erupt. Jackson Shellstad is calling for the crowd to get amped up. Everybody is out on the floor. The game is over. The West Lynn Lions shock the world. The Giant Killers, for the 5th time ever, a team from the state of Oregon is taking home the LSI championship, and it's the West Lynn Lions.
And now our 2022 tournament most valuable player goes to Jackson Shellstad.
Jackson is somebody now that has developed him into a top 5 best players ever that have come through the state. And you know, no matter what he does, I believe he's going to project to that top, professional level. He has cemented himself as one of the best.
Any weary legs? It didn't seem like you guys were lethargic at all.
I mean, I'm pretty dead now. I think most of the other guys are, but we handled business tonight. That's all that matters.
You could say about guys like this is probably my favorite high school tournament, and so taking 2 years off of it, the last 2 years, sophomore, junior year was kind of painful because I love to play in this, and so senior year we just have to go out on a bang.
And go out with a bang they did. West Lynn's triumphant run is what Oregon and the Les Schwab Invitational is all about. Great sports, hard work, and unbelievable memories.
From Coach Key to Jackson, what he did to the rest of his teammates, that all played a big part of it, even the bench. And, seeing the community, there was community members from all over the state that were on their side. That just, I think the appreciation, not just for the back-to-back big-time, 2 top 10 team upsets, but it's the way they played. I think our crowd, more than anything, absolutely appreciated that.
So it's been a long time where you knock off 15, you knock off number 1, and you just don't knock them off. You beat them by double digits, and someone like that Jackson, who's the MVP, probably really just skyrocketed, not just a college, but, NBA. Like, he is NBA type. We've had Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, Ben Simmons, Kevin Love, you can name it, on and on and on. And he's still one of the best that we've seen that dominated, 2 very good programs. But none of this could have gone on. West Lynn wouldn't have this championship, that they're going to have that bracket up in that school forever if it wasn't for what you guys did here. Seriously. On all different levels. We've made multiple different impacts on lives that you guys didn't even know behind the scenes, from kids that have special needs that I have multiple messages saying your staff is unbelievable, taking care of us. You've made my kids' day, so much around that. That's what matters. That's why this thing is a national caliber tournament. Now, basketball kind of happens second, but when you serve and really make the focus that you guys did, it turns into, obviously my opinion, and your guys did the best tournament in the nation. The best high school tournament in the nation. and it's because of this team right here. And I, you know, from Primetime Sports, all of us, we got nothing but love and thanks to make this happen, and we want you to be the part of it now. We're all family, and you're now our Les Schwab Invitational family. So come back, do it again, get ready for 2023. So.
Okay, can I close out with, do you, anything that we missed? Or do you want me to just say, hey, here's tickets, here's information?
Yeah, you can, I mean, LesSchwabInvitational.com is just for tickets. It's right,
okay,
you know, front and center and all information. We're going to link up to you guys. So
sweet. Okay, we'll close out then. Thank you everyone for sticking around. I hope you guys enjoyed that. John, man, in the time that it took for us to watch that, I have booked my flights and hotels, and I'm coming. I am stoked. I am psyched. I am pumped. There is going to be a ton of information coming the next couple of weeks as we break this all down and preview it on highschool.si.com, LesSchwabInvitational.com for tickets. You cannot miss it. There is, you just got the whole graphic breakdown and then a nice little thing to hype you up afterwards. So go enjoy, go get hyped, go check in on this tournament. It's the best high school basketball in the nation, and it's all covered by Scorebook Live. We'll talk to you soon. John, thank you very much for joining us. Take it easy, everybody.
Thank you.